Bobby Gaines here, and as hard as it is to believe, it is already September 2018. The year is about three-quarters over, and I thought now would be as good a time as any to do, well, one of my patented rants that nobody asked for, but I do them anyway. And, I'm kind of glad I do them. It's very interesting for me to go back even a couple years and see where I was at different points. Sometimes, the stuff is kind of the same. Other times there are things that just kind of pertain to particular years. Like last year in September, I was going to my friend Krista's wedding in Maine. That was a memory that I will never forget. Wonderful time going to Maine and seeing the scenery, supporting my friend on her very special day. And, that's one of those things that comes around, not too often. You get to see one of your best friends get married. But got to see it last year, and that was just one great September memory. And September has a lot of great memories. But before I, talk about September, October, and so on, I want to kind of talk about the year that was. I'm sure there's a couple questions you're all wondering, which is, Bobby, how was your summer? And, what do you think of 2018 so far? Well, thank you for asking, people who didn't ask. My summer, to address that first question, was pretty good. And that's saying something, because in June, I really did not have a lot of hope for the summer, just because I was working almost every day of June, and not just a little bit. Like, I was working 2 or 3 of my jobs almost every day. As some of you may know, I'm a DJ on the side, which does sound like fun, and it is fun, but, after you do it, I DJ'd like 13 parties in June, which is like a party every other day. So that kind of took a lot out of me. And that's not even counting the back-to-school rush at Staples, which was just getting going at that point, and then my new job, which I'm very excited about, and so, of course, I want to give my all to it. So those days were just a little stressful on top of everything else, but it all has come together, I'm happy to say, and after June was over, things really picked up. I went to Lake Compounce early in July with, like, a few of my really good friends. Like, it's really funny how things have kind of worked out the past year, even, going back to last year and just onward. There's always people in my life who, make things fun, make things interesting. Sometimes I only see them during a certain time of the year, and this summer it was, I guess, my turn to see Lex and Kyle and Kurt, because I saw them a lot. And then, of course, I went to Connecticut with Frankie and Corey and some others and had a great time doing that, too. And, I mean, that's not something I usually do, going to Connecticut. I know a few comments even were like, Bobby, anime's not really your thing, and it's not. But it's fun to do different things. I love doing the mall tours. I love, doing the traditions that I do almost every year. But it is fun to get out and do some different stuff. I still like to go outside a little bit more, maybe go to the beach, do some hiking. Didn't get to do a lot of that this summer, although it's also been obnoxiously hot. I think we had like 25 or 26 days of like 95-degree weather or 90-degree weather. Really hot. Today it was like 95 degrees, which was really weird because it was just starting to cool off. But yeah, all kinds of crazy weather this summer, but all kinds of fun too. In general, I'm almost 30 years old. I'm not, exactly on summer vacation anymore. I realize that. I'm not, playing video games all day like I used to be. I'm not, doing a ton of fun stuff, but the fun stuff I do, I enjoy that much more because I know it's only temporary. It was a pleasure to see Angela again. She's back from North Carolina for a short time, and I got to go to Natick Mall with her, one of my favorites. I'll have that mall tour out. If it's not released by the time this video is released, that'll be out soon. And I got to go to Lake Compounce with her and her friend Gabby. So, again, getting to see people I don't usually see, along with the people I do usually see. I went to an Elton John tribute band with my friend John at Ocean Beach. I posted a few videos from that. And, I mean, there were other things. There's plenty of stuff I do that's not even on video. I know that's hard to believe because it seems like I video just about everything. But there's a lot of, like, little things that I did. Going outside, going to different places, going to restaurants, etc., etc. So, really, it ended up being a really fun, successful summer. And I know technically the summer goes through September 21st, but I consider the summer the 3 months, June, July, and August. And June was kind of a wash. July was really fun. And August ended up being pretty fun when all was said and done. So, all in all, a really good summer. Now, what do I think of the year in general? I think that going into 2018, and it seems so weird to say this, because it seems like we were just wrapping up 2017, and 2018 had all this promise going for it. And I'm happy to say that it's cashed in on a lot of that promise. Now, the first few months of the year were a little stressful, actually more than a little stressful. My big thing was trying to find a job, trying to find a graphic design job, trying to find, a job that was more significant than working at Staples, which is where I've worked for the past 12 years. So finding that is always tough. I've been applying for jobs since I got out of college, getting some interviews, getting some luck here and there, but nothing really major. And, lo and behold, I got this job with this small company in Moosup, and it's been a lot of fun doing their designs, doing their graphics, advertisements, and really getting into it. It's been about, hard to believe it's been almost 6 months now since I got that job, and it's been really wonderful. You know, you don't know what you're going to get when you get a new job. There's been some tough days, sure, but there's also been a lot of fun days. Always great to see projects come together. I make my own logos every year, as you know, so getting to do it even more often, although I don't make a lot of logos, but I do make a lot of advertisements. Getting to see these projects come together from beginning to end consistently is a lot of fun to do. I love the artistic process, and I'm hoping that this job leads to something more, because right now it's just kind of a part-time thing. Just kind of, in terms of income, it's just kind of supplemental. But it's still really fun to have the experience and be able to say I'm doing it. So there's that. That's probably the biggest takeaway from this year, because other than that, it's been kind of your average year. I had some fun moments early on, too. I went to the ice castle, started the mall tour in March. Kind of got on everything early as far as like just trying to have as much fun as I could. That's kind of been my process lately, if you want to call it that. I do try to balance my life as best I can, have fun when I can, you know, go to work when I have to, which is all the time. But, you know, also when I have a chance to do something like the weekend I just had with Angela and Gabby, it was just kind of a matter of, you know what, we're all free Saturday and Sunday, let's just do it. Let's go to Natick, let's go to Lake Compounds. It was a lot of driving, there was a lot involved, but it was a ton of fun. I'm glad we did it because, you know, I could have easily just said, oh, we'll wait till next weekend, but then next weekend doesn't always come or doesn't always work out. So if you have a chance to do something fun, this goes for anyone, anytime. You have a chance to do something, do it. Because you never know if the people are going to be around. You never know if it's going to work out. So just do it while you can. I'm so happy to have these memories. I'm so happy to catch them on film, you know, almost to prove it. Like, hey, look, I had some fun. But, no, 2018 has been an above-average year, I think. I mean, I think, you know, 2017 was decent, but it had a lot of kind of the same old feel to it. I can say, just by virtue of me getting this new job, that 2018 has been a change and a positive step in the right direction. There's still a lot of things that are kind of the same, obviously, but maybe that's okay for now, you know, baby steps. And as I look forward to the end of the year, I always say once you get to the months that end in Burr, like September, October, that's when shit starts to get real. That's when you start to realize, you know, holy crap, the year is actually more completed than it has left to go, which I guess is true in July, but you don't really realize it until after summer's over. And it's hard to believe summer is unofficially over. It seems like it just started. But summer is pretty much over. There's a few weeks to go, and then fall, which, I mean, weather-wise, who knows what it'll be. It should be cooler, but who knows. October, I'm very excited because I got some really great things planned for October. I'm seeing Maroon 5 in October. I think it's October 10th. And, of course, Halloween and all that fun stuff. And then, of course, we know what happens after that. And actually, even a little more excited about my birthday bash this year than Christmas, although I am very excited for Christmas. The whole thing is going to be just one kind of big festival, extravaganza, whatever you want to call it, because it is my 30th birthday this year. As you know, anyone who's followed my channel long enough knows I take anniversaries very seriously. A lot of times I'll reference it's the 10-year anniversary of this, 5-year anniversary, whatever anniversary. I've never had a 20-year anniversary, and there's a very good reason for that, because I've only been filming for about 19 years now. 19 years and like 10 months, whatever it is. And yeah, 1998, December of 1998 was the first time I picked up a video camera as a 10-year-old and started filming. So my birthday party coming up obviously is a very significant one because it'll be 20 years, more or less, since that date in December of 1998. So it'll be a 20-year anniversary celebration. I've never had one because it's always been like a 10-year, 5-year increment type of thing. I guess I could do 15 years. 15 years ago would have been Christmas 2003. I don't know if I really want to celebrate that. It was a decent Christmas, but it was nothing like mind-shattering. But I digress. It's still way too early to be thinking about that kind of stuff. On that note, I've noticed that the Halloween stuff is already out at many stores. The Spirit Halloween store across the street from me is already getting ready to open, which I guess maybe it's just me, but it feels like they push it back like a week every year. Like I remember this time last year, I think it was like September 10th or September 15th that the Halloween store started to open in my area. And now it looks like they're ready to open already, about 2 weeks earlier. And then also last year, like end of September, the Christmas stuff started coming out. So maybe that comes out in September. I actually don't mind this time. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually that excited just to see what there is. But I'll talk about that more toward the end of September, early October. That gets me to the other point, is there's a lot of stuff going on this year. I mean, there has been a lot of stuff going on, but there will be even more. The Red Sox in October, I'm really hoping they have a long playoff run. Stuff, I'm also going to be doing a ton of rants on Halloween and Christmas. My birthday bash is going to get a ton of coverage leading up to it. I hope I have time for it all, to be honest. You know, I say all this stuff, and then I only end up putting out a few of those videos just because I have to work so much. But I'm going to try to compensate for that by just preparing it early. So, I might even film some of these videos in September and put them out in November just because. I just want to have them out. I want to, have rants about all these different things. I don't even think I'm doing it for anyone anymore. I used to say I was doing it for my YouTube fan base, but I know I don't have one, so I just kind of do them for myself. And if anyone else wants to watch them, that's great. I hope they do. And, I like that people can learn about each other just from watching videos. I don't know if that matters to anyone else, but it is kind of fun to think. But yeah, that's how my year's been going. I'd love to hear how your year's been going and see what you got planned for the rest of the year or what you thought of summer. Until then, keep watching Bali Productions. As I mentioned, a ton of stuff coming. Almost every day I'm going to try to get stuff out to get my video total up there. So I will see you in the next video, which could be in the next 5 minutes. Who knows? Enjoy September and enjoy the rest of the year.